Can I just start by asking you, because you were a former Transport Secretary, isn't it absolutely ridiculous that the current Transport Secretary hasn't sat down with the rail unions to try and hammer out a deal and stop this week's chaos?
Well, I do think the disruption is going to be very bad for lots of people, as we've seen. Government will end up needing to have a plan, because it's not just, by the sounds of it, going to be railway workers. We're seeing teachers talking about industrial action later in the year, even barristers. I've seen on social media people in the NHS saying, we wish we had the chance to be able to go on strike. You know, we want a pay rise too. So I think there's a broader discontentment around public sector workers. And I think the government is going to have a very clear strategy to deal with all of that over the coming period, because I think dealing with it piecemeal, even if Grant Shapps sat down with railway workers, it's not going to fix that bigger challenge. And I think, let's be honest, there's millions of people in our country right now being disrupted by the strikes, but also there are millions of people really worried about how they're going to cope with the cost of living pressures in the months ahead. So fundamentally, I think the most important thing government can do is set out a really clear plan on how it's going to tackle inflation, because it's inflation that is driving the demands, I think, for some of these wage rises that we're seeing.